It's Friday, April 18th, 2025. We still have a lot of severe weather to talk about in the next few days. But before we get too far on that, I want to talk about the severe storms that happened last night. Iowa and Nebraska last night had a tornado outbreak. Several tornadoes were reported, and they only had a slight risk highlighted for this area. So it's showing that even if you have a potential for a tornado outbreak. They aren't expecting one. If they would have known this would happen, they would have had at least a 10, maybe even a 15% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles at any given point highlighted in this area. And then when they issued their tornado watch, it was not that high. Their confidence wasn't that high that we were going to have widespread tornadoes. So this was a very unexpected tornado outbreak, and it just goes to show that even if you are in a slight, you need to be weather aware, because a lot of people weren't aware of this. And even in the marginal, you still want to keep an eye on the weather to make sure something doesn't rapidly change. So just saying, if you're in a slight or in a marginal, it's not out of the woods for you, and you need to be weather aware still. And we do have a severe weather threat today, and in this slight risk, we have a chance for significant severe weather, especially in Oklahoma and Texas. So if you're in Oklahoma and Texas, we could see baseball-sized hail or greater. And even if you are in this over here, we still have a chance for damaging winds, large hail. We can't rule out a tornado or two for this area. We have a little bit bigger of a tornado threat for Oklahoma and Texas in this area. And then tomorrow we do have a slight risk. So if you're in the slight risk, I'd watch out for large hail and damaging winds. And we actually do have a tornado threat for this area. And even in the marginal, we still have a chance for damaging winds. That barely skims our Pennyroyal area, but I'm not that concerned for our area anymore. It's not looking near as bad as it was looking a couple of days ago. And Sunday is one of the days I'm most concerned for. Anywhere in the slight, you have a potential for a severe weather outbreak. And even in the marginal, we're going to be concerned. We have a chance for tornadoes up in this area and maybe even down in the slight over here. So be prepared for maybe some significant severe weather on Sunday. And after that, I do think we're going to see an extended period of severe weather. We'll have some breaks from severe weather for a few days, but we're going to always have at least a marginal risk issued throughout the next month or two. Here's our trough here. This is the 500 millibar jet stream. We can go farther, and you can actually see that we're going to start to see a lot of troughs in this area, which will allow for severe weather in the central United States. So I think we are going to have a shift from not going to have as much severe weather in our area, and we're going to have more severe weather in the central United States. It doesn't mean we can't have severe weather in our area, just not as much as we've been seeing for the past month. But we still have the chance for severe weather. We have this trough on April 30th come through, and the models change, but it's like this is just an example of what could happen. If this does happen, we could see a significant severe weather pattern unfold for this area for a few days. And so we still have things concerning for our area. I just think we're going to start focusing on this area and not as much on our area. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, April 23rd through April 27th, and you can see we are going to have above average temperatures. So we are going to have a lot of warm temperatures, and the weather's nice outside. We have actually highs in the 70s for our areas, and actually upper 70s. It doesn't stop there. Even the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook is still showing above average temperatures for our area. So we are going to have a very warm spring as far as we can tell. And that is all the weather talk I have for you today. Please subscribe and turn notifications on. That way you don't miss out on any new videos. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.